This
Rupam,
conference will
yesterday's
now be
example, right?
recorded.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
In yesterday's example, right, wherein we were trying to connect to the database, right? There are a lot of arrows and all drawn on the figure, right? Correct?
Sorry, we are connecting to database after that?
No, you in the figure, right, or the Microsoft Paint, right? You draw a lot of arrows, right, moving here to there, and we get a line for each of that arrow, right? So that once we start building it on our own, right, we know that okay, after this step I have to do this. After this step I have to do this.
See, I can do that, but if I spend more time on diagram, then I'll have a less class timing. That is the reason I was preferring Paint. I can do it in a Microsoft PowerPoint where I can, individually draw different type of things. I don't mind. The only thing is that the classroom, because see, everything here I have to type, right? I'm not copying and pasting anything from anywhere. I'm writing it by own, right? And typing takes time here. That was the only reason. See, I got it that you have a confusion, but today as I do, the confusion will be clear. Okay, I told you, whatever I'm showing in the diagram, the same thing I'll be doing it, right? When you see and refer back, I do understand that there's a little confusion, because it's the same line happens and everything, right? But try to, build a clarity, right? Rather than spending much time on those, right? It's sometimes because see, every time I'm putting something or other diagram. If you want, today I can do in a PowerPoint where I can have a multiple, but you can see that it will take time, right?
At least for one example, right? And then after that we don't need it, right? That's what. Now, if you ask us, right,
every example will be different. See, every example is different.
We'll be continuing yesterday's example only, right?
No, today same yesterday's example will do it. But I'm telling you that every class, right, different scenario will have a different diagrams.
Right, so I'm not asking for every class or every day, just for yesterday's example. Because see,
yesterday's example.
If you ask anybody, right, those 4 steps, right, wherein we connect the server-side controller and Aura enabled and all that, everybody is aware because we did it multiple times, right?
Okay, fine then. For today's class only, then okay, take it for today's class if you want. Then okay. Now, before we start doing it, once again review the diagram. What I'm going to do. We will have a application. Once again, I'm drawing one application. As usual, this application I filled with a green color. Inside the application, I have, right, one parent component, which I filled as what? Blue line, if I remember, only a blue line. Inside that, I have one more component here. This is yellow or orange. Child. This is the place where you're capturing the input. This is the place where you're capturing the input. Name, account name, account phone, account industry or rating. This is what we did, right? Everybody. Everybody did this. This is what the design we did. And then we have a button. Save and clear. Button name was save and clear. Right? Save button. And then we had a button called as clear. We have written the program on the save, but we have not written the button on the clear. Right? If you remember yesterday. Save and clear. Whenever you hit the save button, what used to be having? I told you that we used to have what? A table. A data table has to be there. Right. Table. I will take blue. Right. Let me know if the colors are visible or not. Because I'm taking it blue because it's a part of the parent itself. Table is a part of parent. Name, phone, and industry. This is the basic structure. I enter Rupam, technology, Rupam Tech, phone number 888, industry, right? Sorry, not industry, rating, my mistake. Hot. Then Wipro 999, cold. As soon as you click on save, it keeps on getting added. Yesterday, we have seen like this. Whatever the data you're placing input, immediately the data is flowing to the table. Through what? Through, right? Through what? Through, right? Through a event. Through a event. Through a event. Always a star. Inside the event, I used a container. Inside the event, I used a container. I used a container. Whenever the save button was clicked, all the information that was captured was passed to this container. And later, the same information was pulled and displayed in the table. This is what we did through event. But today's class, let's see, it will be different. Whenever you click save, immediately system should call, right? System should call server side controller class. Apex class, server side controller. Inside this class, I'll have a method, right? I have method 1, and method 2. Method 1, right? Method 1, method 2. Method 1, there should be 2 methods. Method 1 should say insert, insert ACC. Whenever I click the button, on click of this button, this method has to be called. This method has to be called. Then this method will have return ID. What has to go back? ID has to go back. The ID has to go back. Go back where? Not in this place. ID has to go back to here. ID has to be transferred to where? To the event. To the event container. There is a placeholder to hold the ID. Square box, an attribute is created in the event. Next, what happens? The same ID is now passed to the parent. Same ID that is saved there has to be passed to the parent. Parent should call. Parent will call the method 2. Parent will call the method 2. Method 2. While calling the method 2, it will pass the ID that it received. Whatever the ID that is received from the event, it will pass to the method. And here, return what? SOQL statement. SOQL will return the data. That data will be displayed in the page. If you want, you can pull with ID. No, Rupam, I don't want to pass the ID. I want to pull all information. Then don't pass. Then I don't need this. then I don't need the ID. Dash, 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 dash. I don't need to pass it. If you want to pull everything, all, then you don't need ID. If you want to pull only, if you want to pull, if you want to pull everything, then you select directly SOQL, pull everything. If you want to pass by ID, then pass the ID. Your wish, the way it's happening, right? Your wish, the way you want to handle it. If you want to show only the data that you just captured, only that information to display the table, then use the ID. No, I want all the data to be populated. Data should be saved in the database and all the data to be populated. Then in that case, these lines are optional. This dotted lines. I don't need to pull the ID in the parent. I don't need to pass the ID to my method. So I have to write in, right? I don't even need to pull the ID here also. Because whenever, if I don't need the ID, then why should I pull the ID also? Right? That means I don't even need this container also. In single word, I don't even need this container also. Dash, 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 dash. I don't even need the container because that whole concept is getting disabled. If you don't want to display the corresponding account information in the table, whichever account you're creating, if you don't want to display that particular account information on the table, then you don't need, right, this whole dotted boxes and everything, right? Clear, everyone? This is what we are going to do today. This is what we are going to do today. Everyone clear? Anyone has any questions? Everyone clear? Right? Okay. Now, let's not do this dotted line, right? First, we will do save the data and retrieve the data. That means two methods. Let me log in. Rupam @lt96.com, password CRM1234 hash. CRM1234 hash. I click on setup. I click on developer console. Not coming properly. Once again, setup, developer console. Oh man, why it's not coming up? Once again, last and final time I'll try, or else we'll go by the link. Oh, it came and it went away. Okay, copy this name, close it, open a tab, paste it. Your developer console is here now, okay? I'm opening your developer console here in the page. Now, let me close it. Close. First, I will create a class, new Apex class. What is that? CL 2805 underscore EG1 underscore, right? Create and retrieve ACC. Create, retrieve ACC. Create, retrieve ACC. As per the diagram, there should be two methods. Method 1, method 2. One for creating, one for retrieval. I'm doing the same thing here. First method I'm writing. Right? Nobody should be confused because this already I have written long back. If it's success, right? I will say result. If you want to pass the ID, pass the ID here. Your wish. Equals to acc dot id. I'm passing the ID. Right? String. What happened? Any problem? Okay. I request to please go on mute, everyone. There's a lot of echo. Right. Next, if it's a fail, then what will happen? Return. Return. Return what? Return. I will say failed. Sorry, not return. Result equals to, my mistake. Result equals to failed. I don't want the error message. Why it is? I will say what? Return result. Return result. So result will give me what? It will either give me an ID, or in the place of ID, like what I'll get? What will I get? Either I will get an ID or I will get failed. If the insert account was successfully done, it will give me the ID back. Right? That's it. Whenever I call this method, it will give me either the account ID or it will give me failed. Perfect. Second one, I'll writing one more. Second one, public, right? But here it's not a string, it's a list. List of what? List of account. What is that? Get data. Second method is get data. Second method. Two methods has to be there. I'm writing the second method, get data. What is that? List of account. What is that? ACCOUNTS accounts equals to what? SQL statement. See, here you can declare an ID and you can get the ID. And with an ID, how to pull, you know. I did that in the last with a keyword where ID equals to, last time we did with a name. Here you can pass ID, ID A, and you can use that A inside here. Select name, comma phone, comma rating, comma industry, right? Let's say ID, comma, right, industry from account, where ID equals to A dot, right? You can see that here, where ID equals to A. That's it. Whatever the ID is coming, with that ID, pull it. but I don't need. I'm just showing you. If you want to pass the ID, then you can. I say no. Give me everything. Give me everything. And then I will say return. Return what? Return the accounts. Whatever the account that you pull, return it. Control S. Right? No error. Two methods. Second method, this is the first method. Two methods are there. Perfectly fine. Now let's go ahead and create what? Component. New lightning component. No, first an event. But we already have an event, right? Yesterday we created an event, if I remember. Our event is already there, right? This event is already there. I will not create one more event. I will use the same event of yesterday, right? But I will copy the yesterday's program and I'll continue. But I'll use the same event. Remember this, guys. Okay. File, new, right? I will say component. What is that? LC underscore 2805 underscore EG1 underscore child underscore ACCO account create. Yesterday also we give the same name, right? Account input I gave. Okay, let me copy the same thing again, same name, so that you'll understand. But here 2805 account input, submit. Right, same as yesterday's, just only thing is that the date change in the name. I will copy yesterday's program rather than writing it. Open lightning resource. What was 2705? 2705 account input. Open. Right, click on component. Copy this. Control C. Go to the 28. Paste it. Right, close. Yesterday's program I copied. Right. First thing, I have to connect to the class. Now I'm doing additional things. What I will do? Controller equals to the class name. Connected. Whenever you click the save button, the data has to be saved in the database. Whenever you click the save button, the data has to be saved to the database. Right? Whenever you click the save button, data has to be saved to the database. Let's go ahead and write. What is this? Call me. Now I just copied only the component part, not the controller part. Call me. There's a one more called clear me. What was that? Whenever you clear me. Control S, everything is fine. We have registered the event and yesterday's event. No problem. We'll fire the event also. Right? So, whenever you click on the button, call me, what should happen? First, var ACC equals to component dot get. First, get the value. Whatever the value you have entered in the page, get it. All the input values are stored where? In account, in new account. Get the new account. All the data pulled in and stored in ACC. Now, tell me, how do you call a server-side controller? Tell me. Yes, server-side controller. Var action. Right? You can give any name equals to component dot get. Get what? The method name. C dot. What was the method name? I go to my method. I want insert account. C dot insert account. Method name. Now pass the parameter. Second step. Action dot set params. Action dot set param. In a JSON format. What was that? Here. What was that? ACC. Whatever the data that I captured, I will pass it with this ACC. ACC. Not comma. It's colon. ACC. Perfect. Now, second step is also done. Everyone knows it. No rocket science. We have been doing this. Next, what do you do? You have to invoke callback. You have to invoke action dot set callback. Right? In this, it says this comma function. This comma function. What is the function name? I'm giving a response. As usual, I keep on giving response. Right? That is the next step. Next, what is the last step? $A dot ENQUEUE $ANQ action. What is that action? Here also the name also is action. Done. Completed. But no, I will write the program inside this curly bracket. Inside this response curly bracket. What? Right? Where state of what? NQ status, right? Response dot get state. Where state equals response dot get state. This will give whether client side controller is able to successfully contact the server side controller or not. Success. If it's success, then only I will fire the event, or else I will not fire. If the account data is not created, there is no meaning, right, firing an event. Yes, only when the data gets added to the database, then only it should be pulled here. So what I will say, if what? State equals to success. Then what I will do, I will say var EVT. You can give any name, but in real time we use EVT, response, action. I got habitual, so I'm using it. You can use anything. EVT. EVT is what? Component dot get event get event. What is the event nickname? Directly, no C. Event should be called directly with the name. Rupam is the event name. Call the event. Once the event is there, right? What I will do? I will fire. But remember that before firing, if you want to get the ID, then what you have to do? I'm doing an additional steps for you to show. ID also I'm keeping it. Whether I'll enable it or I'll not enable it, this red dotted line, if I want to work red dotted line, I'm creating the structure here, right? Var res result. How do you get a result? Response dot. What is that? Tell me. What is the command?
Get result.
Response. Right.
Get return value.
Get return value.
Right. That's correct. Get R capital RETURN return VALUE. Get return value. So in the res, what will be there? In the res, what will be there? In the res, what I will get? I will get the ID, because return result. Result will either have an ID or it will have a text called as failed. Any two things, either of them. If the account was created successfully, I will get an ID in the result. If the account failed to create, then I will get a keyword called as failed. Return, this result will contain what? ID or text. That I'm storing here. Before firing the event, what I can do? I can pass this data. I can go ahead, I can pass this data. What? I will say component dot, right? What you can do? You can go ahead and you can now set, right? I can go ahead and I can say component dot set, right? Component dot set, right? I can go ahead and I can do what? Right? What I can do? I can pass those values. How we pass those values? Right? How we pass those values? We pass those values using what? Component dot set. Component dot set. Right? You can pass those values. Able to understand? Yes or no? No? Do you use in this way? Tell me. Yes or no? What is the way you set? How you pass a right?
Component set v
Even
dot value.
that's the way we pass the value,
Event dot set params.
right? Event dot set params. So it is EVT dot what? Set params. You always set like this, guys. Not component dot set. Component dot set is used for what? For your local component. Now I'm not setting anything in the component. I'm setting in the event. So you have to set like this. Component dot set.
So for
What was
event, it
that
is
value?
param or params.
Right? Params. Everywhere it's params. Whenever you're sending a data, it is always a params. Right? Whenever you're sending a data, it is always params. Whether it's event, whether it's here also params. Whenever you pull the data, it's param. Whenever you bring the data, it not S, it's param. While sending, it's params. Clear now? Clear everyone? What is that? V
Yes,
dot.
sir.
Right? What is the field name that's there in the attribute or that there in the event? In the event, I have to open the event. Open lightning resource 2705 LE. This is the event. I click on select. I click on the event. The attribute name is ACC. Control C. V.acc. Set with what? Right? Oh, no, wrong then. Here I have to create one more attribute. Aura attribute. Name of the attribute equals to AID. Type equals to string. In this, I'll store the ID. Control S. AID. Pass to AID whatever the result you have pulled. Pass it.
It is just AID, right? V dot AID.
Right? V.AID, no? What's the problem?
Params.
While
In set
JSON
params,
format, right?
you
Oh, sorry. Right. Right. My mistake. Right. My mistake. AID. Right.
Columns.
Not
Columns.
not here. Right. Colon. This is how you pass. Right. This is how you pass. Right. Perfect. Now, whatever the result that you got, in the result, there will be only two things. Either it will say error or it will say what? Or it will say what?
Fail.
Right? It will say error or ID. Right? That's good. Now, I'm not passing. For the moment, I'm just pulling and I'm keeping it ready, guys. Right? Event is fired. Event is fired. right? Event is fired. Only when the state is success, then only the event is fired, right? Suppose now there's a problem here. I don't give the name. I hit submit. What will happen? Will I get state equals success? Yes. Will I get state equals success? Yes. Able to understand or not? Will I get state equals success? Yes. I'll get state equals success. Able to understand or not? Right? If I don't fill the name, I just fill the phone number as 888 and rating as HOT hot. Right? 1 minute. Let me put the data inside this. Right. I hit the save button. What will happen? System will try to contact, right? The client side controller will try to contact server side controller, right? That is the status is. This state that I'm pulling is whether the NQ action was able to succeed or not. Now, in this case, yes, it succeeded. Your client side controller was able to contact server side controller. It passed the parameter to ACC. ACC tried to insert, but as ACC tried to insert, name was not there. It failed, right? The method failed, and the method returned a result called as error or failed. But the whole state will be success. State will be success. That means I cannot fire the event here. I have to pull the result. Then I have to say if 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 let's guys try to understand. If not, wait. If res equals to res not equals to what? Failed. If res is not equals to failed, that means result is containing what? Result is containing what?
ID value.
Obviously the result is containing what? ID value. That means account creation was successful. Then only I will fire the component. If the res is coming as failed, then I will not fire the event. If res is failed, then I will not fire the event. Then I will not fire the event. Everybody is able to understand. Yes or no now? Status is success. Status, whether the account creation failed or account creation passed, both the case I will get status success only, because that is taking what? Success of what? Success of the controller. Client side controller is able to communicate with server side controller and get the response or not, right? That is called as the state, right? So if it's a fail, then also yes, server client side controller was able to successfully contact server side controller, and server side controller returned a result called failed. So that is server side controller problem, not my problem. I am success. There are two things. Hence, first I'm checking the overall status. Is it the lightning component is able to contact Apex class? Success. After contacting the Apex class, I'm pulling the result. If result is not failed, if result is equals to not failed, that means it contains ID. Then what I'm doing? Then, right, what I'm doing? I am firing the event. I'm passing that ID, right, to my event. I'm passing that ID to my event. Now I will fire the event. EVT.fire. Over. Over. Else. Else. Oh, else is small. Else. What? Alert. Alert. Display an alert. Account creation. Creation failed. right? Account creation failed. Account creation failed. Perfectly fine. My first component I have written. My first component I have written. AID. First, I'm closing the event. I don't need. Yesterday's event only I modified. Remember this. Now what I'll do? I will create the second one, which is nothing but parent. Why I'm clicking every time this? Which is nothing but the parent, right? Parent. File. New. Lightning component. I will say LC underscore example1 underscore parent underscore account display. Yesterday, did we give the same name? I'm not sure, but I'm copying it here. Account display. Okay, if it's not, then also no problem. I click on submit. Account display. Here, this is also I have to connect to what? Here also I have to say controller, right? But let me copy from yesterday's. Open yesterday's parent 2705. It says create display. Today our it says only display. Okay, that's the only difference. Open. Oh, sorry, that's an application. My mistake. File. Open. 2705 LC. Oh, same name. Perfect. P underscore account display. 2705. Today is 2805. Same name. I'm using yesterday's name and I'm copying same thing. Control A, Control C. From 2705, I'm going to 2805. Delete, Control V, Control S. Close yesterday's. Same thing. Same handler, same thing. Same display of the box. But here, what I will say, controller. Controller equals to same method. Both the parent and child are connected to the same method. But parent is calling the second method, method 2. Child is calling method 1 to create. So that's the reason this. Perfect. Right? Perfect. Now, whenever the event occurs, the event get fire, immediately I'll go and write a controller. Show me. Show me. The handler is right. Show me. This is the handler. This is the event. When this event occurs, right? Call this action. Show me. And now I'm writing the show me. I have to also write init for the column structure, which I can copy. Init, I'll copy. Right? Init, I'll copy. This I have to write a call me also, no? There should be two then. Show me, call me. Control C, Control V. Call me is what? It's an onload event. What this is useful for? For creating the table structure. Oh, call me is for creating the table structure. Call me is for creating the table structure. Is for creating the table structure. Right? Creating the table structure. Fine. Shall we copy the table structure also from yesterday? Right. Yes. Open lightning resource 2705 parent account display. Parent account display. Open. Click on controller. Right. Control C. I'm copying the yesterday's. Right. I'm going to my controller. Call me. Control V. No comma. Done. You can write it at top, bottom, column. Component column structure is also created. Perfectly fine. Right. Let me copy this also event. Right. From the event. Right. Let me copy the event. Right. Or let me copy this also and then I'll remove it. Control C. I'm copying exactly what we did yesterday. Same thing I'm copying here. Same yesterday's class, ditto component I'm copying. Now I'll make the changes to this because we are lacking out of time. Time is running away, right? So I go to I close yesterday's components now. I first press Ctrl S. Let me save it. Now, what I have to do is a question, right? Whenever the event is fire, right? Whenever the event is fire, do I need all these things? I will check it later. Whether I need it or not, I don't know. So for the moment I'm pressing enter, I'm throwing in the bottom. Let me write. Whenever the event is handled, I will say var ACTION action equals to, what is that? COMPONENT component dot get. What to get? I will say C dot. What is the method name? Second method name is what? Get data. I'm going to the class. Second method name is get data. Now I'm calling in this parent, I'm calling the second, right? Now, next, what do you have to do? You have to pass the param. You have to, second step is what? Set params. This is required. This is required when, this is required when, this is required when you
Passing
want
any
to pull,
parameter.
if you want to get the ID, because ID in the child, we have passed the ID to the event, AID. If you want to pass the AID to the query, then I need it. For now, I'm not taking it because I'm saying I'll not do the dotted line. So I'm just keeping it. Set params. If you want to pass the ACC account ID from the event, for that you have to get from the event. You have to say get param. You have to get from the event. Now I'm not using a get param because I don't want to get anything now, right? So done. Actually, I don't need all these things then. I can remove it. See, event dot get param. To do this, first you have to get the param also. I'm writing the step for you, right? What is that? Get AID. After that, what is this? You have to say ACTION action dot SCT set PARAMS params, right? Whatever, if you have declared, right? If you have declared, right, something called as, right, A is to, right, ACC. But now I'm not passing any ID. What will happen to this method? That means here I should have IDA. I'm passing that ID to this A. That's exactly what I'm trying to show you. A, pass the ID that you pulled, pass the ID, right? Get the first, I got the AID from the event. I stored in ACC. Now I'm passing it to my method. Action.setParam. Whatever the ID that I received from the event, I'm passing it to A. That is nothing but I'm passing it to this. Here I'm passing. And now I can use where. I'm showing you, you will do this. Now I'm showing you where ID equals to A. That's it. Remember this, guys. No error at all. Remember this, guys. See, no error at all. Somebody wants to take a screenshot, can take it. Somebody wants to take a screenshot, take it. Somebody wants to take a screenshot, take it. Right? Control X. Right? Control X. Declare IDA inside that. Now I'm not declaring it. Method. That's the reason here also all commented. If you want to pull by ID, then pass the ID. Pass the ID. Right? These are your text. all text in star, commands in directly. Set the param, right? Right, I will say get the param from event and set param if you want to pass the account ID from the event. So this is the step, but I don't need the second step. What I can say, I can directly go ahead, able to understand, I can directly go ahead and I can say now action dot set callback. How do you write it? Right, this comma function in a bracket, function name is response, as usual my official name, right? And finally the last step is what, right? Dollar a dot a is capital NQ action. What is action name? My action name is action. Over. I don't need all this, right? I don't need all this. I need this component dot set, right? Now in this curly bracket I will write the program. Again, var state official equals to response dot get state. Then if state equals to, this is what state, client side to server side is success or not. This is this state. If client side is able to contact server side, yes, then get the result. var result equals to how, response dot, what is that, get return value. Get return value. Now once you got the result, you have to pass to where? I have to pass to this account. It's a list of account. I have to pass there. So I can copy from this command something useful, right? Once I get it, then I will pass it. Component dot set v dot accounts with result. With the result. I don't need this. Delete. That means all the data that is pulled by the query will be now, right? Clear? 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 Right? Clear, guys? Yes or no? Clear? Right? Yes. Yes. Everybody fine? What I'm doing? I'm skipping this ID passing. I'm skipping the ID passing. I've kept all the placeholder for you. You just need to enable it. Right? Everybody clear what I'm doing? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. After practicing, we will get clarity.
Right. So I can understand. Don't worry. I can definitely understand.
Sir, in line number 11, it should be small. If
Sorry, line number 11.
in line number 11, if is small. If
Oh, I
statement.
small. Yes, 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 yes. Very careful. Otherwise, guys, you'll keep on searching. Control S. Right? Now, if it doesn't work, yes, tell me.
In the parent also child name we have to change date.
In the parent.
You are calling line number 9.
Component, sir.
Line number
9 in the parent component. Once we open the
parent component. Okay, what happened?
line number 9 here, date is 28, no?
No, yeah, I'll change that. I'll change that. This I have to
Okay.
change it to, right? Example 1,
20.
our component, our child component, we have to change. Control C, our child component. Control V, Control S, our child component. Right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody understood? Suppose it doesn't work. Let's see, because I doubt while loading, it will not work. But don't worry, we can copy and paste this whole program. I can copy and I can paste it here. I mean, this whole program, if it doesn't work, you have to copy and you have to paste where? Below the column. Here. If it doesn't work, I'll tell you the reason. Let's see whether it works or not. Control S. Perfectly fine. Right? So let me go ahead and create an app. New. Lightning application. LA. We have the yesterday's name, no? No, we don't have. LA. No parent. Display, create and display. Create and display. Okay. So I click on submit. Right. Let me close it. Right. Okay.
Sir, we didn't write program for clear.
What we didn't write?
For clear button.
That's okay.
We didn't
That's
write.
component.set.
Yeah,
Set
that's
value equals to
okay.
null, null, null. You know that, right? Component.set,
Yes.
component.set, component.set. So forget about it. That you can write it. FORC force SLDS. Call the component. C colon. Smart price migration. Okay. This is what I'm calling. Hope that no error. Everything is fine. This is the only hope that we can make. Preview. Right? Oh, we didn't apply the CSS box. I have to copy even the CSS also. Okay, anyhow, fine, I don't care. Right? So I'm entering RUPM Rupam PCHNOLOG technology 2. Account phone number 888. Rating HOT hot. Click save. So that perfectly working. Check whether Rupam technology 2 is there or not. See, Rupam technology 2 is there. Rupam technology 2 is there. Rupam technology. Hey, just guys, give me 1 minute. అక్కడ మన సురజిత్ ఉన్నాడు కదా అక్కడ ఆ సైడ్ సురజిత్ అదే మన లైవ్ పెట్టాను చూడండి నా 4 రోజుల నుంచి నాకు అంటాడు వారం నుంచి ఆ లైవ్ రావట్లేదు అంటే చూసిస్తారా ఒకసారి చూసిరండి నేను రైట్ ఓకే ఐఎమ్ బ్యాక్ see that perfectly working I change it. I should hit the clear button. Everything should become null. You want to write the clear button, right? You can write it immediately. That's not a problem. Where is our component? In the child there is something called clear me. What is that? component component dot set component dot set. What is that? v dot what is the component name? v dot new account. Component dot set v dot new account. With what? Control S. Component dot set v dot component dot set v dot. Now next time, sorry, here I refresh, right? I give Wipro, not Wipro, HCL phone number 999, rating hot. I click on save. Immediately, you can see that HCL will be there somewhere. See, HCL 999 hot. You can write in the query, right? In the query, you can say by descending, or by created date, order by created date, right? Order by created date. You can do that. Then automatically, whichever is in the top, or where created date equals to today, then it will show only today's account which is created. Created date equals to this week. This week is also a work. This week means last 7 days. It will take automatically. This all we discussed in our development classes in SOQL, right? So see, now, here, HCL is coming up. I say clear. See, clear is working. Clear button is also working. Next name. What is this? Next name, right? What? Let me write. Abhishek Gupta Technology. Phone number 11111. I'm not giving. I click on save. Right? Account creation failed. Account creation failed. Can you tell me why? What do you think?
One field we didn't.
No,
Need.
that's not a compulsory field. No, who said? Account rating is not a compulsory. You see that? UK blank.
Event is not fired because of field is not.
Because- Which field? Why the what event has to do with this field?
Equal to failed. We give the.
Why it got failed? No, my question is that why it got failed. Event didn't got
It's
fired.
not
I know that.
communicate with. Yeah, it's not communicate with the server side.
No, it communicated with the server side. That's the reason success. Who said it didn't communicate with server side? No, it is success. When it's success, then only it will come inside. Success. See that? Your error message is here. Alert, account created failed. If it's coming to line number 21, that means it has passed from line number 10. Line number 10 is what? State is success or not. When it's success, then only you're getting this message. My question is that why the account didn't create it? This is a whole if statement I'm highlighting. Tell me why the account didn't got created. What do you think? Why the account didn't got created? Research.
In line number 13.
Line number 13, somebody says. Okay, line number 13, what?
Result not equal to failed. So that's why event not.
Right, by why I got failed? Everything is correct. No. Okay, I will enter once again. Abhishek. 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 GUPTA. I'm picking up the first name in the classroom. Right, in the go to meeting, I can see we have one of our friend with a name called Abhishek Gupta. TCH NOLOGY Technology PVT LTD. Dot. Happy? Right? Now, account phone number equals to 111. I'm not keeping the account rating. I hit the save button. Right? Now it got saved. See, Abhishek Technology Gupta Private Limited 111. Rating is blank. Earlier, why it didn't got saved was my question. Somebody said that phone number is blank. Rating is blank. Doesn't make a difference. Remove this. Abhishek Technology Private Limited 22222222. Save. Right?
Abhishek
that.
Gupta Technology exists properly.
The last one is only if we click clear.
Sorry?
We probably have Abhishek Gupta Technology already in the list.
No,
This error is
guys.
happening only if you click clear button, sir.
No, clear button. Whenever you're saying clear button, I am setting the value to what? I'm setting the value to what? Blank. Next time when I type Rupam, this value is not going to the memory location. Whatever you type, a, right? Phone number 44444, rating, HOT hot. Still you will get an right error, account creation fail, because this data is going to right, not going to the memory. Our memory location problem. This is nothing to do with anything. This is to do with this line. Don't set it to blank, right? Don't set it to blank. Set it to null. Don't set it to blank. Set it to null. Set it to null. I made a mistake by setting it to blank. Blank is also a data. Memory is occupying blank. The difference between this is what? See, you in the memory you're storing a space. You're trying to insert a space. By programmatically, you have set the memory to a blank. Then you are typing A, B, B, B. This is not going to the memory. It's there in the page itself. Able to understand. The problem is not anywhere. Problem is this. Don't put it, put null. Let's see whether it works or not. Right? Understood now what I'm saying? Yes or no? The problem. A. Right? 555. I say save. Data got saved. Right? Somewhere you will be able to see A. Here it is. 55555. Now I clear. I put BBB. Up. Then there is a problem because you have set the location to null. Right? You set the location to null. Then also there is a problem because the location is set to null. Right? Location is set to null. Then find out. This is the homework that I'm giving you. What should I do here? I cannot put this.
Re-render.
Sorry?
Re-render. Re-render. If we use re-render means it will
Right.
be clear, right?
That's what the answer is. You have to re-render this page again so that the memory is flushed and a new memory location is created. That is the purpose of writing a re-render. That is the purpose of writing a re-render. There is a, in the component block, there's a one more called as re-render. 6 element called re-render. That is the purpose. Rare of the rarest use, re-render. We hardly use it. We use it only in such cases scenarios. Otherwise, we don't. Whenever you're now, that means after it saves the page, this particular component has to re-render, not below. Only this particular component. Child component has to re-render. As soon as you click on it, it's nothing but this component. The whole page shouldn't refresh. Only this page should get refreshed and it show blank. It should show blank. Okay. It should show like this. That means it's something like loading the whole application, but you're not loading the whole application. You're just loading one component. Loading whole application includes even the parent, the data grid, right? The parent where we have a data table, that is also getting reloaded. But no, with a clear button, I want to reload only one small piece. That is create account. Understood? Understood now? Right? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
If so, that is what the re-render is here for you. I want to re-render. Your re-render method override goes here. Right? Re-render. So, right now, rather than writing a re-render, is there any other way, Rupam? Rarely used. Actually, we don't even write re-render. We don't even touch in the real-time re-render. Because this re-render will create a problem. Remember this. This re-render will create a problem. Remember this very well. This re-render will create a problem. This re-render will create a problem. because this re-render will also create a problem on loading the page. There's a lot of negative effect of re-renders also. Now, today, your work is to find out how can I handle this, as well as passing an ID. I don't want to pull all the data. Whatever the data I entered, that data has to be pulled here. So, right? Now, clear now what I'm saying? Yes or no? Right? If you want, you can see that the ID, whether are we capturing the ID Rupam? Yes, ALERT alert. ALERT alert. Alert what? Alert, alert, res. I'm giving you res on the screen. Control S. Now you see that system will display the ID of the account that is got created. Loading. I'm creating account called CCCCC. I don't give phone number. I don't give everything. I click on save. See, the account ID gets populated there. This ID will pass it to where? This ID, whatever is coming, right? I'm passing it to the event. Later, when it come here, later, when I come to the parent controller, I can get the ID. See, where I'm getting the ID. And then I can pass the ID to the action, to the method. In the method, I have to have an ID and where ID equals to. Then what will happen? System will show you only CCCCC. It will not show you anything else. Whatever account you're creating, only with that ID I want to pull. Understood everyone today's task? Yes or no? 2 homeworks. Do with ID. Second one, how to go ahead without writing a re-render. How can I go ahead and fix clearing an account? The clear button. How can I fix it is the question. Right? Anything else? Guys, tomorrow there is no class for you. Tomorrow there is no class for you. One day tomorrow, once again I'm repeating, tomorrow, right? There is no class. Right? We will meet again on Monday. We'll meet again on Monday. Right? Right? Meantime, practice. Monday onwards, we will start a new event called as application event. Monday, new event. Your class, 2 more weeks to go. Your class is expected to end by 12th. Your class is expected to end by 12. When did we start the class? Do anybody remember it?
Yeah, it's
May
We started when?
Demo on demo
11th.
on 9th.
Okay,
11th.
May
Class
11th. So, fine. Exactly 1 month. Perfect. We are on time. Our syllabuses are going on time, right? Just give me a sec, guys. 1 minute. Sorry, I'm back. Unnecessary blank.